So it's a lovely evening and we are at the seaside. I'm in North Wales over at Trefor and I'm with Trevor. That's good, isn't it? Trevor at Trefor. And Tony and Tim. And we're going up. I'm going to show them where the sea stacks are. I'm going to go up and see the sea stacks, and it's evening time. We've been hanging around the car park for a bit, watching people out swimming and doing the stuff. And we're going to go up and do a sunset at the sea stacks. So that's the plan. Let's hope we get some nice sky. We're definitely going to get something, and it's going to be pretty orange, I would have thought, unless we suddenly get a thunderstorm blowing. So yeah, we should be good. So let's get up there and then we'll set up and I'll see you at the top. The water down there today is really clear because it's quite calm. You can see right down into the water, really, really clear. So that's the first little steep bit done. The rest of it's a gentle walk. It's not a hard place to get to. It's quite a nice, steady pace. Bit of training for the Faroe Islands, and Trevor is coming back with us, and Tony's coming in this time. So these two guys are coming with us in September, which should be quite nice. Sort of looking forward to it. To do, you know, a proper week's worth of proper photography back on the Faroe Islands. I've got an Iceland trip for April the year after. That'd be good. I have a few extra names, so I wouldn't mind going back to Iceland again. So if you do want to go to somewhere like that, have a look. Join us if you want. I do it on a good budget. Keep everyone happy and friendly. All right, sun's out. It's warm. It's nice. There's no wind. We could get a lovely sunset. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? So we're just coming up to our stacks now. I remember once coming over here and I walked straight past them. So we're coming up, we've got the sun's going to go right down behind them. So the colours should all be behind the lovely stacks. I'm not sure what the tide's doing. I think it's relatively high, so we should have some water around them. Lots of pretty birds on the top as well, gulls and things. There's a stack back there that's got loads of shags on it, and a couple of cormorants. And I just asked Tony, because he knows his birds a bit more than I do, so what's the difference between the shag and a cormorant? And one's smaller. I think the shag's smaller and got a blue belly to it, I think that's right. So yeah, maybe I could come back, bring me 400mm back in a few weeks time and see if we can get a few birds up nice and close, because you're in prime location to shoot down on them, which would be really good because you can get them in flight with the sea as a backdrop. So yeah, maybe. So here's our stacks right here in front of us now. Look at these beauties. There's two and they're just there, and the tide's not actually that high, but again it's still going to look quite nice. There's three in there. They've got three stacks, so we should be fine. I think we're going to go down and perch ourselves on the rocks. There's a little bit of purple down there as well, so we'll see if we can nab that for the foreground interest. Seagulls, I can hear them. So this is it. Let's get ourselves a nice little position with a nice bit of shape to it and see what we can do. It's looking like the tide's generally going out, because if you look at the water line, it's sort of a little bit more darker here, so it looks like that's recently had water on it, so I think the tide's going out. Nevertheless, it'll still be okay. What I have got with me is my 300mm lens, and I think I've got a converter with me, so I might be able to put that on and see if I can creep in really close to these birds sitting on the top of the rock. That might be quite nice, just to try a couple of little birdie shots if we can. It won't be the best because it's not the sharpest of lenses, but it'll work all right. We've got this nice arc here as well. This is going to play beautiful in a nice wide shot, and having all the lichens and stuff on the edges of the rocks. But it's dead warm at the moment. I'm absolutely melting. I could actually do with a bit of a breeze. Just a word of advice if you do come here as well. Don't leave anything on the beach, on the bank. Don't leave anything on the bank that can roll. If you're going to put your bag down, put it down so it's in a position that it's sort of leaning uphill, because this is really steep and the drop off straight into the ocean. You ain't getting it back. I'm going to take her over to show her what I've just seen. I'm going to put you a couple of pictures up while we walk over there. Pretty awesome. So yeah, let's take her to show her, because she'll like this. So are you. Right, so I'm going to go back over. I'm taking Miss Marta. She's caught up with us now. She brought Wendy over and take her over to see what I saw. So I wandered over the edge of the hill, left them over that side. They've all been over here now, just because I thought I could get a bit closer to the shags or cormorants up on the top of the little sea stack down. And when I got over to the edge of the cliff, I could start to smell fish. It smelled really fishy, and I'm thinking there ain't no fish on the top of the cliff, but it smells fishy. And then I'm thinking, why does it smell fishy? I wonder if I'm close to something. I wonder if there's something around here that smells a bit fishy. And yeah, just about here, it smells really fishy. So I'm going to lean you over and show you where I am. I'm on the edge of the cliff, as you can see there, and I thought, something smells fishy. Why does it smell fishy? What's around here that smells fishy? And as I come around the corner, just there, if you see there, just there is a couple of either shags or cormorants nesting on the edge of the cliff. And if we move around too vividly, they get a bit grumpy. And I know we shouldn't be disturbing them, but we can get right up on top of them, just there, and get a couple of photographs of them on their nest. And you're not going to get a lot closer than what we are now. We're only about 15 foot. You can see that grumpy at the back there, because I'm standing here talking. Yeah. So, yeah, that was... Oh, look, he's getting grumpy again.
Exactly.
So that's what I was doing. I was just taking a picture of them. I put them up on the screen just to have a look. And also you can see just this patch here, right there on the edge. That must have been a nest at some point on the edge of the cliff. So yeah, and they're right up on the cliff. Can't get much closer than that. So yeah, let me just step away from the edge before I lose my balance when I'm looking backwards. But yeah, that's pretty corny, but it didn't half smell fishy up here. Really proper fishy. So we're back over at the Sea Stacks now, and I'm actually liking what I'm seeing in front of me. I'm not really one for a big bright skies, but I've got a really nice sort of shape composition set up. I think it works quite nicely. I've got the 3 sea stacks bang in the middle of the image. The horizon is up on the thirds, the upper thirds. The left hand side of the image is balanced by the big mountain coming down and dropping into the ocean. We've got the sea swifting back in from the bottom left hand side. On the right hand thirds, then we've got the edge of the cliff, which is holding in that empty negative area which would have just been full of water. And there's a little bit of pink sea thrift sitting on the edge of the cliff, which is just really highlighted by the sun, the bright sunlight bouncing off of it. So it's really sticking out from the edge of the cliff. I'm focusing on that at f8. That's going to give me plenty of depth of field on this crop sensor. The only thing I'm not sure about in the standard image looking at this is the sun's right on the right hand side of the image. I think when I do the underexposed one, I might just be able to tone it down a little bit. But I don't mind the sun being there, but it's very bright. I suppose it works because it's sort of bright into shade as it comes across. We've also got a large shadow as well from one of the sea stacks, and that's actually leaving a bit of a diagonal in the image as well. So we'll wait for a bit of froth to come up, hit the timer, and we'll get that white froth then on the edge of the water. Otherwise it's just there's nothing there, but that white froth just gives you a bit of a line to lead you through. I think it's nice. I'm bracketing, so I've got all the dynamic range I need. So yeah, I think we're going to get a nice evening. Even if anything, it's going to be a nice sunset, even if it's not a sky full of colours. It's still going to be a nice sunset, so you're still going to get them tones. I'm just faffing around at the moment because I'm stood right down on the pinnacle point, balancing myself a little bit on the edge of the rocks. And I'm just trying to work out another composition. I found these white, they're not daisies, they're like a little daisy type looking thing. And they're really quite pretty. And I've got the sea stacks now a little bit further over to the left, but I've got the edge of the rock with the green and yellow lichens on it. And these little buds of flowers to give you some texture in the foreground, and it all seems to work quite nicely. Now, definitely got to turn my exposure down. I've got the sun still over really bright on the right hand side, but it's just being shielded a little bit with some cloud. So I'm going to focus on these flowers, and you'll see that there's like a leading line for the rock pointing over towards the sea stacks, and I think it works. I think it's okay, but it definitely feels like it's filling that void of emptiness. And I've just got the top of the mountain, and maybe I can get a little bit more. Just got the top of the mountain up in the top left-hand corner, which is showing you how tall and high that is. So again, I think that's quite a nice one. Bracketing because I've definitely got some deep shadows where the sun's on the right hand side and the shadow area, is on the left. So that I'm bracketing just in case I need it. The highlights might get blown out. I might really have a really bright area for the sun, but I still quite like that. And you can just see the join between the three sea stacks. So that's quite nice as well. Rather than overlapping, you can see a bit of sea through them. But I've not got much place to put my feet, that's for sure. Just going to put the camera on. Tim was going to run away. I said, he's fine, he can stay there. He's having a nose at what I'm doing. I've been struggling to try and find a shot that I'm happy with, and I think, apart from breaking my toes, I'm kneeling on a rock as well. Not funny, is it? I think I've got something that's worthy now. So let me try and explain what I've done and why. So this big rock that I'm sitting on, this end of this cliff, is filling the bottom of the image, and I've got these little flowers in the crack, in the gap in the flowers. In the rocks, so there's a gap in the rocks, you'll see it like a little spiky bit, and the flowers are in there, so that's giving you some foreground. I've got the lichens on the edge of this rock that I was before, that's giving you foreground detail and some grittiness and some definition. There's also lichens on the other rocks and a bit of bird poo and stuff as well, so that's all giving you character and grit and stuff at the bottom of the image. Then I've eliminated as much of the gap of the water between the stack and the rock and the bottom, so without having this big gap here, I've tried to squeeze that gap down to make it very small. So yeah, I've squeezed that gap of water down, but by doing that, I've got the shadow sitting in the middle, which is nice. The sun's now been eliminated a little bit by the clouds. I'm going to take a shot while I'm doing that. I'll take a photo all the time because it can change. I've now got the sea line, not sea lion. I've got the sea line, the frothy white froth. That's coming from the bottom left-hand corner, so it's leading from this corner coming up, rather than just being sort of about there where it was before. It's now leaning from there, which is a really nice position to be in. I can still see the mountain on the wide angle, so I've still got the top of the mountain. I'm still seeing the side of the cliffs dropping down into the ocean. I've still got the horizon sitting there on the third line, the top third, and the big rock, the big sea stack, is above that, so it's breaking that horizon line. Another tick. I've still got a gap in between the two sea stacks, so there's a slight white line, so you can see the definition between the two sea stacks. And the sun should go down on the right hand side, which is giving you a brighter part of the image that's leading you in. So it's pushing you from that top right hand corner with the bright light, it's leading you down to all the information and everything that's going on the other side of the image. I think I've nailed it. I think I've got it. And the balance of the stacks as well, they're just off center. There's a little bit of froth every so often coming out the bottom, which is really nice. So yeah, I just think it's all works. So I'm going to take a couple of shots as the sun changes, as it goes down, and I'm just going to leave the camera here now. And honest to God, I've really struggled to get this to balance on this side of this cliff. I've got one of the spikes just sitting on a bit of a rock edge. The other leg's digging back, so that's giving me the weight leaning back. I've then got the other leg sort of just resting on the rock, just to get myself down as low as I can. And I've got to, on my knees, busting, I'm bending on my knees. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it here now, and that's the shot. This is the shot. I'm going to put the one up and show you what I've got, and then I'm going to wait and see if we get any colour. It's getting snubbed out. There's more and more clouds starting to appear. The temperature's changing. So let's see if we get some sort of colour in the sky. Now, if it drops below the cloud, I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm thinking. Sunset, 2027. The time, 17:38. 50 minutes still yet. I've already been sat here. Well, the camera's been set up here probably 20 minutes. The tide's going out, so the tide line's moving, and the tide's gone out that much that there's no water around one of the sea stacks. So yeah. Now the sun, I'm not sure about the sunset now. It might get some colour, it might drop below and push it, but we still, like I say, we've still got 50 minutes yet. Marta's gone for a walk, she's way up on the top of the cliffs. My phone's gone dead, so I've not even got my phone to play with at the moment. So yeah, we are literally just sitting here, sitting and waiting. The guys are up there. What I might do is, we've got 4 tripods set up, mine and their 3. I might grab a picture off of each of them, get them to send me their best picture that they liked from the stacks here, and I'll pop them all up, maybe put the 4 images up, and I'm not going to tell you whose is whose or what's what. Just pick A, B, C or D and let us know which one you prefer and maybe why. Comment, let me know the reasons why as well, why you like that one, why you've picked that one over the others. Give us a bit of feedback, because it'd be nice for the feedback, because these guys can get the feedback as well then, so it should be all right. Every so often I take a photograph because I want to get the change in the sky, the change in the clouds, the change in the mood, the atmosphere maybe. But the final shot, I'm hoping the final one will have a little bit of warm glow to it. That's what I'm kind of hoping. The warm glow coming from the right, and it'd be nice lighting the side of the mountains, the side of the sea stacks, the side of even what I'm sitting on here would be brilliant. That would be the icing on the cake, to get that warm glow just before the sun drops. And then maybe an afterglow. Oh, hello. Oh, I'm back. I've been gone for quite some time. As you can see by probably the non-glow on my face and the way the sky's changed and the darker colours, the sun went in. Sun's gone. It tempted us a little bit, but nothing actually came out. There was no sun actually come this direction. Good news is a couple of seals in the distance. We've seen some seals having a bit of play in the water. Marta's going to be gutted because she's gone back with Wendy. But yeah, it's gone. So I'm going to literally put this camera on. I'm going to take this final shot as not the blue hour, but the end of the day photo, and just see it as what it is. That's kind of the end of how we're going to sort of finish it, really. We haven't got the light, we haven't got anything going off, but this is the way it happens. The clouds were interesting at times, but we just haven't got the light. So I'm going to actually move the setup. I'm going to take the camera away now, get it in a position that if that rain that's over there, because there is a bit of rain coming out the sky, if that drops on us, I am ready to move rather than standing on the edge of this cliff. But yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm going to pack it away and call it. So yeah, let's get my gear sorted and get this out of the way. Bear with me though, got to get it off the cliff. So we are back onto the beach. We've come back down off the hill now. I think the other 2 are still with us. We've sort of left them behind. Oh yeah, they're still alive. We've got 4. So yeah, it's been quite fun. It's been a shame we didn't finish off with the nice colours and having this amazing array of crimsons all over the sky, but sometimes, or nearly all the time, we just don't get it. And I've just seen Tony go on the beach and he's walking on pebbles. Now I've got to go down there because I like the sound of the pebbles. And it's not very often you walk on pebbles. They're hard to walk on, but it's fun to walk on. Ah, that's it, you feel like you're on the beach then. So yeah, I'm going to end now as the light's starting to go down. We're getting that blue hour coming in. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Of course, give us that, hopefully you've picked your image, A, B, C or D, and which one you liked and why you liked it. I've got a feeling Trevor's going to put on one. I'm not going to tell you. Yeah, he did a 10-minute. If he sends me that one, then you're going to know it's his. So yeah, just let us know what you think. I've been doing a few videos as well about the struggles and stresses of my mental health and how I've lost my mojo and haven't enjoyed photography lately and really been out of sorts. And today's just proves that the sorts are there. I just need a little bit of encouragement to enjoy them. So yeah, ta-da, see you soon.